Hi, and welcome to week 6 of Human Resources, EDUA 557. Wow, week 6 already. We're doing really well here. Hope you enjoyed your symposium this Saturday and that you got a lot from it. You're going to read chapters 10 through 12, and it's all about collective bargaining this week. Most of you should be in the middle of this if you haven't settled your contract already. Your districts are in the middle of collective bargaining and getting your contracts resolved this year. I know that ours is, if they haven't solved it yet this week, they will very shortly. And I think that most of us can expect raises this year, which would be really nice. And maybe some time for planning. I'm hoping that our school district can find some time for teachers to have some built-in planning time. Implementing the Common Core is going to be difficult enough, but not giving them planning time to do it is unreasonable. So I think that we're going to see that coming down the pike for most districts this year. Friday, your PowerPoint or Prezi is due by 5 o'clock. If you want to turn it in earlier, you can. Remember, you're going to include the notes with it, so I know what your presentation is, how it's going, what you're going to be saying with it. It shouldn't be that hard of a presentation. I think that you've got this down. If you're just learning PowerPoint or Prezi, I suggest you go to YouTube and look up some videos on it, on how to use the product. You're not going to have any problem with it. It's pretty easy. All right, so you're going to be getting ready for your final presentation. That's in class on February 24th. We'll start at 5 p.m. Groups of 3 to 4, and I need to know who's in your group. So email me and tell me, hey, you know, I'm working with Jeff and Tom and Chris. You know, so I know who's in the groups together. That way, in case there's somebody without a group, I can help them find somebody to work with. This final project, you're not going to do a paper with it. It's just a presentation. You're going to do research on a really good kind of teacher evaluation. What kind of, if you could pick any kind of teacher evaluation in the world that is research-based, what would you do for your district? What are the procedures and steps that you would put in place? And in your presentation, you're going to have somehow the audience is going to interact with you. So if you want to do one of those polls that I do when we're online, or you want to do a short answer, let me know so I can set that up for you, because I don't think you can set it up. Let me know ahead of time and I'll set up the poll for you. All right? What else do we have here? Oh, this week we're going to be talking in the discussion board about being a Christian example at your school, or a positive example if you're not a Christian. Either, you know, one or the other is fine. But how are you a positive example on your campus and for the people that you work with? I was trying to think of an example for you this week, and I have something that I'm dealing with. I have an employee that went for a promotion. She went through the interview process, and she didn't get it. And she's a member of my team, and we've hired somebody that was a little bit more qualified, did a little bit better job with the interview, but I know she's going to be really disappointed by that. And she's a really good employee. I think in a couple of years she'd be great for this position. She just didn't have the background yet, and so I'm going to have to work with her this week and make her feel like, you know, it's not like she's a failure, it's not like she didn't do a good job in the interview, but this guy came in with a little bit more qualifications than she did. She is going to have to work with this person and help him get trained in some things, and that's going to be hard when you think, gosh, I could have this job, and how come I'm having to train this new person? Helping her to realize what an important part she is on the team, helping her to stay positive about it, and helping her to realize that I really think that she's still a great part of my team without her feeling disappointed. That's going to be a struggle for me this week, and I'm going to really work on being a good example for her of, you know, sometimes I didn't get a job that I wanted, and how do you deal with that disappointment and still be productive and positive in your work? If I don't talk to her about this, I set her up for being unhappy and being, you know, maybe a disgruntled employee, which I don't want for her, and I don't want that for my team either, since we've got to serve our schools. So the positive example I'm going to be working on this week is helping her feel good about herself and realizing that she's still part of the team. So think of something you can do this week that will be a positive example. Maybe you set the example of working together with another teacher, or being kind to a teacher that is struggling, because we've got a lot of those out there, or showing some positive behaviors of interacting with students that maybe staff are a little bit negative with, maybe taking a kid in that needs a mentor and really helping that kid develop a relationship. All right, so have a great week. If you have any questions, give me a call or email me. Great.